My MQP it involves working with Sylvester Manor Educational Farm, which is kind of all about preserving and sharing the history of their property, which is located on Shelter Island in New York. And one of the stories that they were hoping to share is they have this 200-year-old windmill, the Shelter Island windmill that's on their property. And right now they're in the process of renovating that windmill. So hopefully one day it can be used once again as a grist mill to kind of grind flour and make bread, which is what it was originally used for. Part of the project was designing an electromechanical system to kind of modernize the grist mills. Their goal was to hopefully make electricity on the farm. The other part of our project was to build and design a scale model of the windmill so that they could use it for educational purposes on the farm and kind of teach young children that visit the property all about the history of windmills and wind energy in general and how you can take wind and convert it to energy. It would really be amazing if one of those kids who visits the farm and sees our scale model and the original windmill as well and just sees how cool wind energy is, that maybe one day they go on to study engineering in school and eventually work in the sustainable energy field themselves. I think that would be awesome. Beyond These Towers means the things that you do at WPI have an opportunity to help those beyond the university. I was lucky enough to have an MQP project that worked directly with an outside organization, but there's so many other opportunities because of the project-based environment at WPI to contribute beyond the university.
So the PASSET program stands for the Partnership for Applied Skills in Science, Engineering, and Technology. And so PASSET, currently funded by the African government, the World Bank, the government of South Korea, and of course, supported by WPI. The African government puts money together into this fund to actually achieve this goal. So what they do is to enable the training of a critical mass of PhD and postdoctoral candidates and also support innovation and research. And so we are directly working to achieve the sustainable development goals. And so as a scientist and also an engineer, I'm looking forward to a product that I can actually affect the lives of people, because I've actually mentioned. I'm looking forward to a product that can actually affect my environment. The reason why I say environment, because people actually that they are directly or indirectly connected to the environment. And so as a scholar from Africa and also supported by the WPI project, the reality is that we can do much more than what we are doing at the moment. Without your funding, I might not be here at this time. Thanks for supporting WPI Global Funding.
The project I did was trying to develop an activated carbon water filter in Ghana. The master's program is focused on creating solving solutions using local resources. So we used locally found coal and coconut husks to try to create this water filter and make a change in people's lives. So I grew up in Ethiopia, and me and my sister always had a dream about giving back to our community. I remember as 5 years old, we would always say, we're gonna adopt so many kids and we're gonna have houses nearby to each other and flourish together. But as I grew up and I decided to become an engineer, I realized there's more ways to give back to our community. One way being, as an engineer, I can go back and change and help underrepresented people, help developing countries, and I wanted to start from my own community. Generally, I wanted to go back to Africa. I started my projects in Namibia and then I went to Ghana So Ghana was the first one that I did using my engineering background to try to help people. So it was very important to me to prove that my childhood dream can be infused into my career and make change in people's lives. From one thing that I've learned from my program and my time at the Program of Science and Technology for Innovation Global Development is it's not about pushing solutions onto people, it's about co-designing solutions with them, because who better knows the problem than the people themselves and what they actually want to be implemented. So by listening to them and by being creative, we can make a change, and I think that's the one thing I have taken away from my time at WPI. So when I think of On These Towers, I think about the promise that I made as a freshman and sophomore. I always said I would like to give back to WPI and help make an impact. At this point, I think it's my chance to give back to the WPI community, and it's my chance to help carve the path that other students are so passionate about.